what I'm going to do, seeing that I already have the template available here, what we need to do, I'm going to open, there's a way in which you can edit your templates. So I'm going to, in order to edit your templates, it's like, for example, if you want to delete your character rigs or make changes to them, in this area here where it says stage library with the padlock, you have to ensure that you right click on it and click right to modify. And that will give you the ability to delete or to edit your character rigs. So for example, I'm going to edit the view front template by adding mouth shapes to it. Now the mouth shapes in which I'm going to add to it, I would have done this with you already, Mason, when we were making changes to the Dino Boy character. Um, do you remember this mouth chart that we did, that we utilized for our lip sync assignment? What I'm going to do is that I'm going to add these mouth shapes to the character rig so that when the animator is substituting out the different mouth shapes, he will be able to swap out the different mouth shapes to do his lip sync. So I'm going to utilize this mouth chart and add it to the character template rig. Now, what you can also do as well, you can draw your own mouth shape. So you don't have to use an existing mouth chart. But in the interest of time, I'm going to use an existing mouth chart, and I'm going to import this image as a black and white image, which will turn all of these into vector art, and I can scale them down and put them into position to add the mouth shapes to the character. What I'm going to do, I'm going to right click on the character template, and I'm going to go down to edit template. What this will do is that this will open up in edit mode, and it will open up a separate window in Toon Boom Harmony. Now, one way in which you can know if you're in edit mode is when you look at the border around Toon Boom Harmony. So for example, in the stage view, notice that we're seeing a green border around here. That means that we're currently in edit mode for this character. And what we're going to make changes to, we're going to make changes to the mode. Now, in this mode, we can add different mode, we can add different drawing substitutions. So for example, if I wanted to add another substitution with the eyes half closed, I can do that as well. If I want to add different hand substitutions, I can do that as well. But for now, we're going to focus on the mode. So I'm going to locate the mouth in the drawing view, and I'm also going to try and find it. I'm going to press 9 to open up my layers on my timeline, and I'm going to locate where this mouth is. I press O to find the layer containing the mouth. So as you can see right here, view, let me see if I can draw this out. View mouth, this is the area where we want to have the mouth shape. Do as well, I'm going to import the mouth chart. I'm going to go import the image. This time I'm going to import it as a black and white. We want it to be created on its own layer. I'm going to browse for the image. On my computer, it is located on the desktop. This is the mouth image here. To open it, and I'm going to click OK. Now notice that it bringing, when I import it as a black and white, it import it as kind of like this vector art. Now, you don't have to do it like this, you know. I am doing it like this for the interest of time, just to show you how to add the mouth shapes. If it is a situation where you want to draw your own mouth shapes, you can do that. But I'm just doing this as a way to show you in the interest of time. So I'm going to move this over to the side, over here. Let me delete some of this stuff. Cutter tool, well, not the cutter tool, but I'm going to cut this drawing, put it in this empty drawing here. Move it over into position and scale it down. Alright. Make things move faster. I'm going to extend this over. Oh, I'm going to select this mount, Control X, paste it in this drawing area here. Move it into position, scale it down, paint it. Over to the next one, highlight this drawing, cut it, go into this empty drawing here, paste it. Notice I'm using my drawing view to ensure that it is that I'm only selecting the mouth here. This other shape here, the O shape. Put it into this empty one here. Put the mouth in that shape right there. Okay, so we have that. Let that mouth here there. Paste it. Move it over. So you pretty much you continue this process until you have all of the mouth shapes in position. This one here. Move it into position. Move it down. Paint. This one is a smile. So this is how, I don't know if you understand the process, but this is pretty much how you would go about doing the entire process of adding the mouth shape. It applies for any other body part, whether we're doing the eyes or anything like that. We have just two more left. I'm going to need a color for the tongue. Have that as the tongue. That is how we pretty much add the mouth shape to the character. Now, you see when you're finished, what you do, you see this layer here that we had added before? We're going to delete this layer. Delete layer. So we don't need that anymore. Click back on the mouth and teeth. So what happens now is that the character will swap out with all of these different mouth shapes. Now what I had to do earlier was to extend the exposure by 10 frames. Now what you're going to do, you're going to highlight this area here and you're going to delete it. You're going to delete that area and then you're going to close it up back to 1 frame. Now you're probably asking yourself, why did I delete that? Well, I deleted it so that you pretty much, you really just want to have 1 frame with your character so that when you import it into your scene, it just imports on that 1 frame. So you're probably thinking to yourself that I've deleted the drawings. But here's the thing. Those drawings have not been deleted from the character rig itself. They have only been deleted from the timeline. You see, when I select the transform tool and I select the mouth here, and I'm going to use my bracket keys, you can still see where the mouth shapes are there. And that is how you go through. I'm using my left and right bracket keys. If you look on the keyboard where you have your bracket keys where we do our drawing substitution, so that is what I'm using to substitute the different drawings. So that is how we add the different mouth shapes. We can also do the same thing for the eyes. Let us say that I wanted, let me open up back the character rig. I wanted to have 3 different mouth shapes. No, sorry, 3 different eye shapes. I'm going to extend this exposure to 3. I'm going to extend it out like this. So it's extended for 3 frames. Then I'm going to find the eye layer. Press 9. Oh, so this is the I1 layer. What I'm going to do, I'm going to turn these 2 frames into empty drawings. So this button here is what you use to click on to create empty drawings. So notice here we have, notice the name of the drawing right here where it says view I01-1. But when I go over into the second frame, you notice that it changed to a 2, and if I go here, it changes. So these are these are 2 additional empty drawings. And what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to create an eye that is half open. What I'm going to do, I'm going to improvise. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go to the frame tool and paste it again. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my line tool. Kind of do something like this. I'll curve that up a bit. Curve this up a bit. I'm going to cut this top part off. This is when the eyes are half closed. I'm going to fill it with white. So you know that the eye is white. And then these areas here where you have these little breakages right here, I'm going to go into my tool properties. And I'm going to scroll down to where you have start and end. I'm just going to round those off for that part of the line. Let me zoom in. So you notice that we have a sharp edge right here. So I'm going to just click the start and the end to have rounded ends. So that's the second drawing right there. And then in this drawing right here, I'm going to have it where this drawing is the one that's closed. This eye, so I'm going to draw like a line like this. Maybe curve it like that a bit. Probably use the pencil editor and give it a bit of thickness. So see that is how his eyes look when they're closed. So what we will end up happen is that it will move from open to half closed to fully closed. I'm going to do the same process for the other eye. But what I can do, oh, this drawing here, this needs to be pasted on the color art so that it will show the pupil. What I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this drawing. I'm going to do the same thing for the other eye. But what I have to do, I have to find the layer that contains this eye, press O. I'm going to turn, notice that this is just one drawing that is extended for 3 frames for this other eye. I'm going to highlight these these two frames. I'm going to turn them into empty drawings. Then on the second frame here, I'm going to paste this back. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to move it over to this part of the eye over here. So we have that. I'm going to paint it with white. I'm going to move this over to the color art. Or notice, and then let's go back to this eye over here. I'm going to copy this drawing. I'm going to put this here. Move it over to here. So what you end up having is that the eyes being closed like that. The pupil. All right, what I need to do, let me just, so when I'm finished with adding these drawings here, what I do is that I go and close up back the group by pressing 0, highlight these 2 empty frames here and delete it, and then just close it up back to frame 1. So that what I would do now is that when you're substituting your drawings, you use your bracket keys and you substitute out your drawings. So I can substitute out my eyes, open, half closed, fully closed, and then I have the mouth that can swap out to different mouth shapes like that. What I need to do when I substitute this eye, notice that the pupil is still there. What I need to do is that I need to put a cutter on it. So let me go into the network view and put a cutter, because what happens is that over here you can see that I have a cutter and an auto patch for eye 1 and pupil 1. So let me just copy these and paste them back again. So I don't have to like go back into the module library and add them again. You can actually copy your auto patch and your cutter and use it, and what it will also do, it will copy the same feature with it being inverted, because you have to invert the cutter as well. So over here we know that the eye should run through the auto patch and the cutter. Let me run the cutter, connect this cutter down here. Oh yeah, the pupil have to be connected. I have to disconnect the connection for the pupil and run it through this side. Why am I not? So we have the pupil running through the right side, the eye is right there. Let the cutter run this. Let me uninvert this. No. So we have eye, we have the auto patch, the eye, the cutter, pupil 2 running through here. Let me check something on the drawing view. Is this on the color art? Auto patch. I2 I is connected to here. Let me check this eye drawing. Oh, that's I probably never did put it. That's why. Color art has to be on color art. Yes, so now we have the pupil masked within the eye. So that what happens is that when I substitute this, it's able to do that as well.